And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, we've got some huge Trent Alexander-Arnold news as Fabrizio Romano has provided another update and a hint for you guys. It is a bit of a positive one. So we'll discuss that, of course, in detail, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. Now, if it was absolutely unbelievable that the Reds are on top of not just the Premier League, but the Champions League. Yes, match day 4 is concluded, and Liverpool are now officially the only side in the Champions League with a 100% record. So that's absolutely beautiful. Sporting Club de Portugal are in second, Monaco are in third, and Brest are in fourth. The top four in the Champions League phase for the first time. Certainly wasn't on my in my predictions after match day 4. I mean, predicted Liverpool to be first, of course, why not? But Sporting, Monaco and Brest, and actually if you look at teams like Paris Saint-Germain, they're currently in the elimination area. RB Leipzig have been stinking the place out as well. And a lot of big teams actually have been really struggling. And as you can see, sort of Brest, Monaco and Sporting Club de Portugal up there with everybody else. So yeah, it's a great time to be a Liverpool fan. But I do have to remind us guys, and whilst you can smile, as you're allowed to, we are only at the start of November. So there's still a long way to go. And if we're in those positions, certainly in the Premier League, and we've qualified for the last 16, then that's all that matters, and progressing as far as we possibly can go. But you can only beat who's in front of you, and we're doing a fantastic job at this moment in time across all competitions. Now, speaking about another competition, guys, Liverpool have added another game, of course, to their busy December schedule after progressing in the League Cup. And I've got news for you now that the date and time for the meeting against Southampton has now been confirmed. The Reds secured a place in another quarter-final, obviously, after overcoming Brighton last month. And our continued defence of the crown will take us to the South Coast. Liverpool will meet Southampton at St Mary's on Wednesday, December 18th, with kick-off scheduled for 8 PM. It will be broadcasted live in the UK on Sky Sports. The cup match takes place after Arne Slot's side hosts Fulham on the weekend and prior to that trip to Tottenham in the final fixture before Christmas. It adds already another busy festive schedule for Liverpool with 11 games in 36 days following their return from the international break later this month and 6 in the first 18 days of December. So yes, another game added to our sort of busy schedule, and yeah, interesting to see, but that's how everything is panning out. Now, before we get into today's main subject, guys, people have been asking me and pestering me on the sort of loan watch, so I'll give you a bit of a loan watch quickly now. But Stefan Bajcetic was forced to miss Salzburg's first win of the Champions League, while Bento caught the eye again with a brilliant assist from Middlesbrough. It's been a difficult start to life in charge of Salzburg for former Liverpool assistant manager Pep Lijnders, as he saw defeats in each of his first 3 Champions League games, though those came against Sparta Prague, Brest and Dinamo Zagreb, while mixed results against in the Austrian Bundesliga have left them 4th and 8 points off the top, albeit with 2 games in hand. Things changed though on Wednesday night as Lijnders led Salzburg to a 3-1 victory over Feyenoord, with Bobby Clark playing a part in Konate's second goal. Absent was Liverpool owner Bajcetic, who was unable to take part due to illness that saw him ruled out of training in the build-up. It was more of a productive midweek for Doak, however, as he came away with his first assist for Middlesbrough in a 4-1 win over QPR. Doak had sat out of the 3-0 loss to Coventry at the weekend as Michael Carrick manages his fitness, but he was back in starting lineup on Tuesday night and laid on Riley McGree's opener. Elsewhere in the Championship, Katie Gordon made his first start for Norwich as they lost 2-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Lewis Comas has been more of a frequent starter for Stoke, and he made his 10th Championship appearance on Wednesday night in a 2-0 win over Blackburn. And Owen Beck was, of course, another absentee. And finally, Nat Phillips made only his second start for Derby as his start of October as they earned a 2-1 win away to Coventry. So players have been playing away on loan, which is good to see. Obviously, last year it was a bit of a kerfuffle, and not many players were actually playing on loan, which required us to recall them. Now, enough of the loan watch, guys. Let's get straight into the main story as to why you're here. Romano has provided an update, of course, with regards to the situation regarding Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of 3 players, of course, currently with their contract expiring at the end of the season. He's been well documented and saying that Real Madrid, of course, are interested in the player and are looking to try and land him at the expiry of his contract. And basically he provided an update for us, stating that Real Madrid internally feel it's almost impossible to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold in January and will not put a bid in for the player. They are keeping eyes on, though, and still want to sign the player come the expiry of his contract, and will start talks with him if a contract hasn't been signed in February. Liverpool, though, are discussing with Trent over a new deal and are still keeping to push him at the club. So Liverpool still, of course, very much in discussions to try and land the player. Real Madrid aren't going to make a move for him in January, despite some reports stating that they were going to. They will look to try and acquire him on a free transfer, but at this moment in time, it's still up in the air. But some huge news there in regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, moving on, guys, to some more that Fabrizio has said, guys, and that's regarding Luis Diaz. Of course, he's stating that Richard Hughes and Arnold slot together were talking to Luis Diaz, presenting the new project, introducing him to a new idea at the club for present and future, and were able to get some way with Luis as part of their future plans. He's saying, of course, in August, some important clubs prepared to attack the situation for Luis Diaz, but it was never close. He would not be surprised to see Liverpool after Canate to negotiate a new deal for Luis Diaz, as the club want to try and make him a priority player, but as stated, they want to try and tie him down to a new deal. So, yeah, that's a bit of news there with regards to the contract situation. Still nothing on Virgil van Dijk, nothing on Mo Salah, but an update with regards to Luis Diaz and, of course, Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Fabrizio Romano providing some huge news with regards to the situation. So that's kind of all I've got for you, troops. In terms of other stuff, of course, we have got a big one against Villa this weekend in the Premier League. A game I'm very much looking forward to. Villa actually just lost to Club Brugge yesterday, their first defeat in the Champions League. They also lost at the weekend to Tottenham. So yeah, look, playing them at the right time at Anfield against a really good side, and hopefully we can get all 3 points and pile on the misery for the villains. But yeah, that's all I've got for you tonight, or today, Liverpool fans. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below with regards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you think he'll be staying, yes or no? And what do you think of Luis Diaz so far under Arne's slot? Good or bad? Again, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Take care.